Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to Pick and Day number 30. Last 2 days of our favorite 31 album blind buys of all time. Those moments where you bought a record, bought an album, a CD, a cassette, an 8-track, a download, whatever it might be. Maybe not the download. It's more like a physical product thing where you saw that album cover, saw that logo, you were like, you had to have it, right? Maybe you weren't familiar with the band or artist at all. Maybe you had heard the name, heard people talking highly about them, and you were like, all right, I'm going to take a chance on this band. That was this band. I had heard of this band, but I really wasn't too sure what they were all about. Were they a prog band? Were they a metal band, hard rock band? You look at their album covers and you thinking prog? Maybe not, though. But I decided to take a chance on one of their records first. And it was hard to choose because I had a bunch of album covers that I saw online, which I really, really liked. This is one of those bands, I just took a chance. I didn't even go listen to this because I got this, the internet was already here. This is probably like maybe 30 years ago. And I decided to just take a chance and just order one of their albums just on CD and just whatever. And I picked the album cover that looked really cool. And I think I had read somewhere that this was like one of their best albums. So I took the chance on it. But yeah, it was hard because a couple of their other albums had great artwork too that was like that I probably even like more than this. But I went for this one. This album was released May 13th, 1985. Wow, 40 years ago. Produced and recorded at Abattoir Studios in Birmingham, England. Produced by Kit Wolven for Polydor Records. Talking about On a Storyteller's Night by Magnum. Yes, indeed. So, first of all, Rodney Matthews' album cover art, which I've always liked. His artwork has adorned other albums that I was familiar with. That was another selling point to this band. It's like I was familiar with what he had done with Praying Mantis and Diamond Head and Asia, right? So I was familiar with some of his album covers anyway, and I really liked his art. And then I saw that he was working with, had worked with Magnum quite extensively throughout their career up to this point. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to take a chance on this band because great album cover art. Rodney Matthews, I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So this is the band's 5th studio album, and it is comprised of the lineup of Bob Catley on vocals, the late, great Tony Clarkin on guitar, also main songwriter in the band, Wally Lowe, bass guitar, Mark Stanway on keyboards, and Jim Simpson on drums. Of course, Mark Stanway also did a spell in Thin Lizzy, and then, of course, left Magnum to go work with Phil Lynot's Grand Slam, which, of course, didn't last too long, and then we lost Phil shortly thereafter, right? But very cool band. Again, what do you call this? It's hard rock, it's melodic rock, it's AOR, maybe otherwise known as pomp rock. There's little bits of prog, right? Pomp rock probably is a great way to describe the music of Magnum. Pomp rock. What is pomp rock? It's kind of like this head-on collision between melodic rock, pop, and prog and hard rock, right? It's got elements of everything. Big keyboards, big soaring vocal harmonies, catchy songs, great guitars, great vocals, and again, with the whole fantasy element thing, just kind of adds it to that even more. So what do we have on this album, which many consider their kind of magnum opus? Is it their best album? I don't know. It's up there. It's a top 3 for me. I often said it's my favorite. Sometimes I will favor one or more of the other ones, but it's easily their most. I believe it's their most successful, and this is what most people cite as their kind of classic record. But to me, they have a lot of classic albums. So it starts off with one of their great tracks, "How Far Jerusalem." So good. 6.5 minutes long, just driving, hooky hard rock with the amazing vocals of Bob Catley. He's just so amazing. Just Like an Arrow, killer. Title track, On a Storyteller's Night, is great. You got Before First Light, Les Morts d'Essence, another really good song. A lot of dramatic, emotional, powerful passages on these albums, and I think a lot of it's due to the vocals of Bob Catley, and Tony just creates these songs that just, I don't know, they're just so well put together. well thought out melodies. These guys can play. The instrumentation is great, but it's never showboating. Everything is for the song. Endless Love, they mix ballads with hard rockers, right? More pop stuff. Two Hearts is killer. Steal Your Heart, the amazing All England's Eyes. What a chorus on that. What a vocal on that. So good. And then The Last Dance to finish it all off. It's a really, really strong album. No weak tracks on it at all. And again, one of those bands that should have been bigger. I mean, they got that's them right there. They never really had to look for North America here, but a lot of the elements of their music, especially like in the 80s when this sort of thing was pretty big, they had all the tools to be huge worldwide, and it's, don't know why it never happened. Again, they had the songs, so maybe it's the look wasn't quite right. Maybe they weren't marketed correctly by the record label, not enough videos made to appeal to the MTV crowd. I don't know. But a lot of their songs are just, I've had people come to me and say, well, I think that the album covers, as cool as they are, portray them to be something else. And maybe that did not work in their favor, which is totally possible. I mean, I love the album covers, but to me, the album covers speak to a different crowd other than mainstream rock, AOR, hard, that sort of thing. So I don't know. But yeah, I love the album cover. Like I said, it was kind of, for me, it was like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's like I had a selection of Magnum albums, because I think about it, by the time I got this, they already had 8, 9, 10 albums under their wing, and all these great album covers. And I was like, all right. And I went with this one first, basically because I had heard that this is probably the album to get, even though, like I said, I liked a couple of the other album covers even more, but they're all really cool. And a great logo. Yeah. So that's my blind buy for today. Magnum on a Storyteller's Night. If you have any experience with this album, let us know what you think of it down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. We got one more tomorrow, and then we'll move on to our favorite cover songs of all time. That's starting up on Saturday, November 1st. So we'll see you then for that. This is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options. They're all down there. Thanks in advance for all your support, folks. Greatly appreciated. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. Stay tuned tonight. Myself and Martin Popoff will be guesting on Guitar Hacks channel, as we do each and every month. We'll be talking about our 10 favorite Ace Frehley songs, right? Songs written by Ace Frehley, either in Kiss or solo. We'll be kind of putting together our list of 10 favorites tonight in honor of the late, great Ace Frehley, formerly of Kiss, right? And we've got tomorrow, Rick Labonte and I back with some live album love. That'll be happening tomorrow. We've got the Professor's Picks tomorrow as well. Saturday is UK Connection. We will be talking about and going back to 2015 and taking a look at our favorite 10 albums that we picked back in 2015, 10 years ago, and how that compares to what we would rank 2015 releases right now. Right? So which ones are coming, which ones are going. I'm going to take a look at 2015 coming up on the UK Connection tomorrow. On Saturday. And then Sunday, I will be ranking the albums alongside Mr. Stephen Reed and Rich Catino of Heat. In addition, we'll also have the next installment of Talkin' Jazz this weekend. Mike Antonelli is back on the channel. We are going to be talking about our 10 favorite albums featuring the great jazz and fusion guitar player John Scofield. So that's coming up this weekend as well. So stay tuned for that and more. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Hope to see some of you Saturday night in Middletown, New York at Clemson Brothers Brewery for Steve Keeler's Rock Fantasy 40th Anniversary Extravaganza. A whole bunch of bands playing. I will be in attendance, so we'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.